Anushka Garg, take us through the details that we have. 4.4 now, it's been revised as far as the figure is concerned on the Richter scale. Pallab Bagla, they're talking about, 4 on the Richter scale, whether it's 4.1 or 4.4, couldn't be that powerful and couldn't have been that damaging. But considering that the epicenter was very, very close to Delhi, because we're talking about the epicenter being in Haryana, in Jhajjar of Haryana, that means that it was very close to Delhi. And of course, we all felt the tremors, like Arjun was mentioning here at the NDTV office in Noida. Anushka, get us through the details.
That's right, Divya. What we are understanding by now that it was a 4.4, measuring earthquake on the Richter scale. Strong tremors were felt in Delhi NCR. 3 tremors were felt, in fact, and those were quite, strong tremors that were felt in Delhi NCR. A lot of office-going people were, in fact, on their way to office, and after the tremors were felt, Delhi kind of, came on a standstill. But what we are learning by now, and from the IMD, it has been cleared that the epicenter was near Jhajjar, 4 kilometers from Jhajjar, and the earthquake was measured 4.4 on the Richter scale, and that is why, because the epicenter was quite close to Delhi NCR, that is why such strong tremors were felt in Delhi NCR. Over to you.
That struck the Delhi NCR region and other parts of North India as well, with the epicenter being very, very close to Delhi in Haryana, in Jhajjar. Anushka, when we talk about, Haryana is literally bordering Delhi, which basically means that the epicenter was almost, at the outskirts, literally on the outskirts of Delhi.
That's right, Divya. The epicenter was quite close to Delhi NCR, Jhajjar in Haryana. In fact, 4 kilometers from Jhajjar is where the epicenter is, and that is from where the earthquake has happened, and the tremors were felt in Delhi NCR. Right now, I'm at central Delhi, and because we do know by now is that since last night only, heavy rainfalls have is happening in Delhi NCR, and right now strong earthquake tremors has also been felt. So people in Delhi NCR, the office-going people are quite impacted. We are seeing the traffic that has come to standstill, but also because of the strong tremors that have been felt. The IMD has stated that the intensity of earthquake has been measured as 4.4 on the Richter scale. 3 strong tremors were felt in Delhi NCR, and by now what we do understand is that there were aftershocks as well once the earthquake came, and because it was quite close to Delhi NCR, strong tremors were felt not just in Delhi NCR, in Gurgaon, in Noida. From everywhere we are seeing reactions coming, and some people have also in fact shared their experience in social media about the strong tremors that they have felt in Delhi NCR. Over to you.
Media saying that it felt like the longest earthquake that they've ever felt, because Anushka, it did feel very, very long, and like Pallab Bagla was mentioning that he felt 3 tremors. So of course we felt those tremors, and it felt very continuous at that. We will keep coming back to you for more on that. And let's just get you details regarding the earthquake that hit the Delhi NCR region. We're talking about the northern part of the country, with the epicenter being as close as the outskirts of Delhi. This is the NCR region. We're talking about, in fact, Haryana, and it is in Jhajjar where that earthquake originated from. The epicenter was, in fact, Jhajjar. Anushka back with us to get us more details. Anushka, when people are taking to social media talking about the earthquake and how it felt extremely powerful, perhaps because it was very, very close to Delhi, and the fact also perhaps in regard to the timing of it, it just felt very, very long.
That's right, Divya. 3 strong tremors were felt in Delhi NCR. The epicenter was quite close to Delhi, which is Jhajjar in Haryana. And people in Gurugram have in fact also shared in social media that strong tremors were felt, and because we do know that Delhi is quite sensitive on the Richter scale. Earthquakes are felt here more than often. If we talk about past experience as well, strong tremors were felt in Delhi NCR. Not just only a few months ago, a similar strong tremor was felt in Delhi NCR. Now, once again, we are seeing that the epicenter was in Gurgaon, in Jhajjar, in Haryana, and we are also seeing that a lot of reactions have come in social media, not just from Delhi, but from from Noida, from Gurgaon. A lot of people have felt the strong tremors because we are seeing that the rain is happening. It's pouring not just in Delhi NCR, but also in other states as well. heavy rainfall, as it can be in fact seen. That is why we are also seeing that the traffic has come to standstill. But people are in fact also who have experienced the earthquake right now have in fact come out and shared their experience of the earthquake. We are seeing that several of the incidents have in fact taken place right now, and people are in fact coming out on social media sharing their experience of the earthquake. Over to you.
Tremors that were felt, particularly when we talk about the Delhi NCR region, not just here in Delhi and Noida. Noida is where the NDTV office is, and we could feel the tremors for a very, very long time. But also impact being felt in Ghaziabad, in Gurugram, in Faridabad, and those are reports that are emerging. Of course, when we talk about Anushka, the epicenter as far as the earthquake that struck at about 9:04 this morning, precisely 4 minutes after 9 o'clock this morning. The epicenter, like we have been discussing, was very close to Delhi, about 60 kilometers away from the national capital. Anushka.
That's right, Divya. 60 kilometers away from the national capital, strong tremors were felt. The epicenter is Jhajjar, and by now we know not just in Delhi, but in Noida, in Gurugram, in Faridabad, in Ghaziabad, everywhere people felt strong tremors. Not just one, but three strong tremors were felt early in the morning today, around 9:04 in the morning, where it's a peak hour, peak traffic hour. People are leaving for their offices. Most of the people who are yet to reach office have in fact shared their experience about the earthquake, about how the building, the fan and all of the things in the ceiling started shaking after the earthquake has just was just felt. And Delhi is quite sensitive on the Richter scale about the earthquake. It is a seismic zone. It comes on under zone 4, and that is why it is prone to earthquake. And this is not the first time that such strong tremors have been felt in Delhi NCR. A few months ago as well, we saw such strong tremors that took place in Delhi NCR. It was quite it was quite jarring, the experience. But we are also seeing that once again now we are seeing the earthquake that has in fact shaken Delhi NCR. The entire area has in fact felt the strong tremors in Delhi NCR. The epicenter is Jhajjar, 60 kilometers from the national capital, and we are seeing reactions on social media that are coming regarding this earthquake. Over to you.
Right, Rishka, earthquakes come without a warning. In order to know what is it that one should really do during an earthquake, we have Arjun with us, our colleague. Arjun, the do's and don'ts when it comes to an earthquake. What one really does remember is that the safest place is to stand, under a frame of a door, and that perhaps is the strongest part of, a room that you can be in.
Well, that's absolutely right. In fact, I'll put it into structure and perspective here. What should one do during such an event like we witnessed in the past 20 minutes? So first of all, everyone needs to stay calm and not panic. Second of all, for people who are inside a building at a height, they should immediately drop under a table and cover their heads under a solid structure or a beam that is running through the building, because beams are the places where the construction is joint, and they are one of the strongest places to take refuge or to take cover when one is inside a building. Of course, if one is unable to do that, they should immediately try and run out of the building, but they should remember that lifts, in this case lifts or escalators, are not safe to use. Once they're outside, they should get away, as far away as from the building as possible, and search for an open area perhaps. And for people who might be driving in vehicles, be on the road at the time an earthquake strikes, they should get out of the vehicles and again search for an open piece or swath of land. Now, what to do after an earthquake strikes? In the aftermath of an earthquake, people should avoid entering damaged buildings and construction sites as well, followed by, if in case they are trapped in the rubble, they should not and absolutely not light a matchstick. They should cover their mouth with a cloth, because there's a lot of debris after such an event takes place, such an incident takes place. They should also again use the stairs and not use the lifts or escalators if they do indeed plan to go back into the rubble to search for their loved and dear ones. Back to you.
Right, Arjun, once, somebody is outdoors, stay away from trees because that could be tricky as well. But if you're indoors, you need to stay away from windows, because that can also, face the brunt and the impact of the earthquake. Anushka with us as well. Anushka, take us through the details of this earthquake that originated, the epicenter that lies in Jhajjar of Haryana, just 60 kilometers away from the national capital. Tremors that have been felt in the Delhi NCR region. We're talking about Noida, Ghaziabad, Gurugram, Gurugram, Faridabad, all the areas that have felt the tremors of this very strong, very powerful earthquake, perhaps because it was very close to Delhi, though as far as the magnitude is concerned, it was 4.4 on the Richter scale. But we're talking about how long it felt, and that is something, this is not the first time that we felt an earthquake in Delhi, but what really set this earthquake apart was that it felt like it was extremely long.
That's right. This is not the first time that people have felt strong earthquake tremors in Delhi NCR. Delhi is quite sensitive on the seismic zone, and not just once, but we have felt more than once that strong tremors have in fact been felt in Delhi NCR. Today also there were three aftershock, in this earthquake. It was measured 4.4 on the Richter scale, and that is why we are seeing that a strong jolt was felt in not just Delhi but in Ghaziabad, Gurugram, Noida, Faridabad, everywhere the tremors was felt because it was mere 60 kilometers from the national capital. A lot of office-going people have felt about this earthquake, and it was quite long, and of course because people who are on the road didn't quite feel the earthquake tremors. But people who were inside felt a strong tremor, and it was quite long because there were three aftershocks that came after this earthquake. People are sharing, their experience regarding this, earthquake on social media. A lot of, people have in fact also said that it was quite long and it felt like the tremors wouldn't stop, and that is why people were quite scared. People were quite jarred about this experience. Regarding this whole earthquake, it has been measured 4.4 on the Richter scale, and it was quite close. In fact, 60 kilometers from Delhi NCR, and that is why it felt a bit long. And people who are living in the national capital and surrounding areas have felt that there were quite multiple terrors, and it was felt for a long time. Over to you.